Hey guys, what's going on? It's Jugs, and if you're wondering what the hell I'm doing here, it's because there's this bug going on right now where I can't use some of the weapons that I already possess, and it might be because, it simply might be just because they finally implemented the level restrictions on weapons and items and stuff like that, where you have to level up to get that unlock, because from what I understand, they've pretty much initially just given us all the unlocks that we want, so that we can test out all the items and see what's wrong with certain weapons and attachments, etc., etc. But as you guys can see here, if you go back to look at the shotgun. I think they nerfed it. I could be wrong, but I remember the shotgun being a lot more useful than that, and I only used the shotgun a few days ago, so it might be a ping problem. I don't really know, but that's just something I kind of that made me question whether or not they nerfed that. So if you guys know, then feel free to let me know. It really helped me out. But there's this bug going on where I just don't have access to some of the weapons that I know I have. I purchase them, I double check, etc., etc., and when I try to go into the game, it's in my loadout and everything, and it just it's not there. Now look at what happens when I shoot my gun after I ADS. It brings up like this wiry thing, and that's a little obstructive, but it's a little glitch. Just thought I'd point it out. But now let's talk about some of this gameplay. But first, actually, you know what? Let me get kind of like a survey for you guys going on here. I kind of want to hear your feedback. Am I uploading too much Blacklight Retribution? Is there not enough variety in what I'm doing right now that you guys are a little uninterested? Feel free to let me know if you guys would prefer to see some other gameplay thrown in the mix, even though this is all I'm playing, because I'm sure I could get a live com or two and some TF2 or some BF3 or something like that, but I'm not really playing those games all that much, to be honest, because I'm just like in love with this game. I can't stop playing it. I love this game. It's a lot of fun. It's bullshit free for the most part, at least for now, while people don't have certain equipment and stuff like that. Like, I haven't really run into like claymores or landmines that much. From what I hear, it's a little annoying, but I really hope that they decide to just keep this game at its core, just a gun-on-gun game, and keep all the bullshit like equipments and little gear and items like at a minimum, and just make the importance of those things just minimal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really just want, like, you have the wall hacks, you have awesome weapon customization. I'd hate to see the importance of gun on gun go to waste because some claymore or some weapon, like some gear or some drop like item is overpowered or something like that. So that's just something that was kind of on my mind. But yeah, so the reason I'm using the stock assault rifle that is just completely naked and bare and just straight out of the factory here, it's because I couldn't use any of my loadouts for whatever reason. So really hope they get on that, because I'd say maybe like 30% of this game's appeal to me is the level of customization and how much fun I can have personalizing my weapons and making them behave the way that I want them to behave to suit my playstyle. But check this guy out, right? You see that hit registration? That's awesome, by the way. I love that nade, but you saw the hit registration. It was fine, right? Now check this guy out. Not a single hit marker. And I don't know what happened there. Maybe that's his ping, but somebody let me know if that was just a ping related issue, or if he's hacking or something like that, because I could live with that. But hopefully it's not something wrong with my end. But closed beta, excuse it, it's not a big deal. But if you guys are kind of turned off by how much stuff that I'm pointing out wrong with this game, please don't think that I don't like this game. I love this game. I'm just trying to help out the devs by pointing out a few things that they could, probably or presumably easily fix, and would really help the game out, so that when you guys get access to it, it's going to be fucking awesome, because these guys are listening. These guys, the developers, are fucking awesome. They care about our input. They're trying to, tailor the game to what we want to play, which is something that you can't really say about a lot of other developers. They just pretty much come out with a formula, like, how can we make this as new friendly as possible, and who cares if it infuriates the shit out of some of the more harder core players. Let's just throw it in there and try to make the most money that we can. And although they've still added these new friendly things, they still care about the more dedicated community, and for that I'm really grateful. So the reason that I chose this gameplay is I don't go too insanely, like, I don't go like 36-9. There's this guy that goes 36-9 in the beta, and which kind of makes me wonder the legitimacy of his success, because that guy, how the fuck do you go 36-9? This is not Call of Duty. This is just there's no chopper gunners or two-hit kill guns in this game. So He wrecks pretty hard though. I can't really say that he's hacking, because when I've gone up against this Larry person, most of the time it's just like, the close quarter combat kind of sucks for me, because my FPS drops to like fucking from 250 frames to like 27 or like 15 to 27 frames, and so I get outplayed in close quarter combat, and he wrecks me then. But the reason I chose this gameplay is because I play the objective finally, because I learned how to play the objective, because I figured out we're playing King of the Hill, and because I play the objective, I get an abundance of combat points very, very early on in the game. Excuse me if CP doesn't actually stand for combat points, somebody correct me. But because I play the objective, I get rewarded with a shitload of points, more than anyone else, no matter how many kills you got. I have a lot more points than you, and I get to have a mech suit, and now I just get to rape everything and be a beast. And I don't really think that, before I talk about whether or not I think the mech suit is overpowered, I just want to say that, to point out the fact that I really, really like the fact that you get rewarded big time for playing the objective. And you'll see in the end, I go 13-4 in this gameplay, and I end with like 4,800 points or something like that. And my teammate actually gets 14 kills and 4 deaths, and he has a higher KD than me, and he has literally half my points, simply because I'm on the objectives capping and defending the points a lot more than he was. And I really like that. I really, really, really like that gameplay mechanic, because other games have tried to do that. I'm looking at you, Homefront. And it didn't really work out, because you could just easily get more points by shooting down a fucking drone in the sky, and that gave you like 500 points or something, which is the equivalent of capping an objective, which takes like 15 seconds. So that didn't really work out, but I'm glad that they figured out a good way to reward the objective player, because if you play the objective, you can just buy, like, if you want to kill horror, I know I mentioned this before, but if you want to kill horror, the best way to do that is to play the objective and then get something overpowered, like, well, it's not overpowered, but get something really, really powerful like the mech suit or a rocket launcher, and then start going to work then. But play the objective if you want to get things early, because that's exactly what I do here. And now let's talk about whether or not I think the mech suit is overpowered. First, let me explain how the mech suit works. You have a boost, a turbo. You can only turbo in one direction, and it has to charge before you can do it again, so you can't just keep spamming turbo. So you do sacrifice a lot of mobility for a straight shot turbo that I'm not really aware of the distance of, really, because I think that you can just turbo in one direction for as long as you hold the sprint button. And you have, obviously your look sensitivity is a lot lower than normal, so you can't just turn on a dime if somebody's behind you shooting you with a rocket. You really have to just pick your fights. You have to run away sometimes. You got to be careful. And you have access to a minigun, which is your left mouse button, and that has a startup time, so you have to really like kind of get that spinning, or don't expect it to come out instantaneously. And then you do have an instantaneous secondary fire, which is very powerful. It's essentially a sniper rifle, and it's a plasma cannon. And there's not a lot of splash damage on it. You guys can see for yourselves. So you can't really shoot it. Like, I wouldn't be able to shoot at the wall behind this guy and just wreck him. I'm going to have to be accurate and actually hit him, and that's something that I really like. So even if you get the mech suit, it's still going to require a little bit of skill. You can't just expect to just like spam like mouse 1 and mouse 2 at everything and get a ton of kills. You actually have to aim. So for that, I'm pretty grateful. But you have 15,000 points of health in this armor, and you have a finite amount of bullets of ammunition for your rocket, your plasma cannon, and your minigun. And so the best way to really take out a suit of armor, a mech suit, or a hard suit as it's called in this game, is to actually not shoot at it with your guns, unless you have your entire squad doing that and prepared to lose a lot of ammunition, because that's what's going to happen if you try to shoot at it. So don't do that. It's actually copy what this guy over here is doing against us. He went to the vending machine and he got a rocket launcher and he's spamming it at us. And that's exactly how you win against the mech suit. Or you could do what some other guy did to me and just jump around me in a circle and make it really hard to hit him because my sensitivity is so low, and wreck me like that. So the mech suit isn't really overpowered. It's a good reward for people who play the objective and play it well. And I'm really happy for this addition in the game. I really, really like this. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, so this was a mech suit gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed. Coming to an end here. You guys can see the score and my points and etc. etc. But yeah, I figured, you know, I promised you guys for a long time that I'd get you guys some Mech gameplay, and finally I've gotten it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, bros. Please let me know how you guys are enjoying the videos. If you want to see more Blacklight Retribution, let your voice be heard. I know that, does that sound kind of corny? I think that sounds kind of corny, like I'm fucking giving you guys a call to action about something that really matters and not a video game. But rate the video if you want to see more, because the ratings are kind of dying, which is making me think that I shouldn't upload these as often as I am. But anyways, thanks for watching, bros. Peace out. This has been Jugs.